Hey y'all, I'm sorry y'all that I was a little late, but my mother called me and I needed to talk with her for a minute. And so then I told her I had to come online. So come on in. If you see the red light, you know your girl is on. If you don't see the red light, that means I'm not live. But that doesn't mean you cannot watch the video. Thumbs it up and go ahead and subscribe to your girl. And if you're really rocking with your dog, go ahead and get a support badge. Yes. Y'all come on in, come on in. Let's just talk. It's a lot of stuff going on out here. I got a video I was going to put out. I don't know if I'm going to put it out. I don't even know if I got the energy to put it out. But if I don't put it out today, y'all know I put it out in the morning. But let me get to what I was talking. Hey, Miss Teresa. Hey, Miss Charlene. Miss Charlene, did I see you on the line earlier? I missed you if I did. If you didn't see it, go look at it, Miss Charlene, when you get time. Y'all, I ate some soup. And I guess it may be me, but it was awful. Hey, Miss Yvette, the soup was awful. So needless to say, I'm going to be starving soon. I'm just looking for the order, y'all. The order. You heard I said, Till, I'm looking for the order. I said, y'all, I'm looking for the order. Hey, Miss Joy. Hey, Miss Yates. Y'all, this is what I want to talk about. I'm sorry, y'all. I know I told y'all I was coming right over, but as I hung up, my mom was calling me. And I wasn't sure what was there anything she needed because my sister hadn't got there yet. So I had to talk to her. So that's why I'm late coming on. And then I ate some soup. But I want to tell y'all about all this stuff that's going on. Y'all just listen for a minute. A 17-year-old, all right, Miss Yates, thank you, baby. A 17-year-old is unalive and four others were rushed to the hospital after being pow while boarding a bus in Philadelphia. Y'all, it's every day is something. I did a reel on it. A 17-year-old boy, young man, has crumbled. Hey, Greg, baby, has crumbled, and four other people was rushed to the hospital after they was being pow while boarding the bus. The incident took place on yesterday. Every time you turn around, you see it. A group of 15 youngsters were about to get on the bus at around 3:45 when two people walked up and opened fire and fired multiple times. And the 17-year-old, he was at a school, one of the charter schools, high schools there, was rushed to the Albert Einstein Medical Center where he passed from his injuries. The other four victims also taken to the hospital, but they're supposed to be in stable condition. Two other high school students were also pow. A 15-year-old was glazed by a gun on his shoulder. Another one was glazed in his buttocks. And they closed the school because, classmates are having a hard time. But now this got to be a city bus because listen, a 71-year-old woman and a 49-year-old woman who was on the bus at the time of this incident was also struck with the bullet. The 70-year-old one was shot in the forehead, whereas the 49-year-old was glazed in the forearm. And it appeared that the 17-year-old that was unalive, those were the people that was there for. Always something going on, Miss Joanne. It's so sad. Y'all, it is so sad. But Miss Joanne, the reason why all this stuff is going on is because people are evil. They're evil. They're deceitful. They don't care about nobody. And they don't care what happens. Yeah, Greg. They don't care. It's like, when I was growing up, we were taught to value our life. We were taught to survey your surroundings. Be careful who you deal with. Be careful who you associate with. And always pray to God that you get back home safe. You're right, Miss Yvette? But we pray to God that we all get back safely home. No, they don't, Greg. They really don't. You know, I don't use this what I'm about to tell y'all. But you know, people come up and tell you, especially young guys and young girls, they'll say, nigga gotta die some way, dog. That's sad. Did y'all hear what I just said? You're right, Miss Charlene. They will tell you, dog, a nigga gotta die somehow. Okay? That's what they say. Greg said that's the word. They'll say that. I ain't lying. And of course, me being who I am, I always start talking to them about the value life. Hey, Miss Monica, don't put your parents through that. Don't have your parents burying you. Things of that nature. I try to instill that in them. Hey, Miss Monica, baby. She said, hey, T. But you know what? She said, hey, Miss Monica. But you know what? Until they buy in to their life means something, ain't nobody else gonna buy into it. They gotta buy into it that their life means something. I don't need any help when this is my time. God, that's right. That's right. But I sure ain't gonna rush them. I'm not gonna rush it. I ain't gonna be out here playing Russian roulette with my life. I'm just not gonna do it. You know, and the Philadelphia mayor, they say is concerned after an office official and husband was arrested during a traffic accident. We were, Miss Joanne. Honey, you better not let that street light catch you. Honey, you already can't go nowhere but two houses. That's it. And if you see that street light, I'm talking about if it's a little peak of light coming out. Honey, you finna get the devil. You finna get it. Yeah. You know what, Greg? I do too. I do too. And I always say, that's right, Greg. But I will always say, Lord, please help me get back safe. That's right. That come through, Miss Jace, is not. But those are the things that people are not talking about. People are not talking about these things to, well, I told y'all about this over here. That former football player that went to Albany State, him and the girlfriend, I think both on 25, got into it. The first thing she does is call her father. Her father comes over there, things get heated, they start fussing. That's right, Greg. You gotta pray. You got to pray for coverage before you even leave out. If you leaving out tomorrow, you need to pray tonight. And ask God to cover you with his whole blood. Put the whole armor on. You really do. I pray that. I said, Lord, please let me get back to my family, especially my mother. But I know God is a good God. God take care of his people, and I do know that. And I know when it's your time, it's your time. I want to clear something up because I want everybody to be on the same page with me. Now, I told you all, I got a problem with 52 minutes. I got a problem with 52 minutes. I know other people got a problem with the hour. And another person got a problem with an hour and 15 minutes. I got a problem with 52 minutes. And it has to come a time where you got to say something. See, because especially if these people word, now ain't my words. I just freely let people talk. It's their word. Okay? Now, let's talk some business. Y'all see how I sound? I'm congested. Your asthma start weighing on your chest. Miss Joanne knows exactly what I'm talking about. Okay? During this time I've been sick, Till is almost glued to me. I can't hardly turn around. She right there listening. You wheezing, Doc. And I'm not complaining. I am not. I'm about to make a point of it. But I'm not complaining. Because I know. I'm going to just be honest with y'all. When I told her this the first time, Tia wanted to cry. But I said, no, it's the reality of it. Things can turn deadly for me in 24 hours. They just can. They have. So I have to be very, very careful with everything I do. And so today, when I noticed my chest started to bother me, I noticed they had took chest x-rays. So I put a call back into the doctor because I needed to know what that chest x-ray said. Because if anything is happening to build up fluid, I need to know. Because the only thing when people say he or she has pneumonia or double pneumonia, that means that fluid is on both lungs. If they got pneumonia on their left lung, it could be just in their left lung. That's the difference. It's fluid. And fluid can't stay there. And so, Tia know the times and the things, and if I get critical, you don't waste time. I even have an EpiPen to give me a little bit more time that I have to carry every day. See, so I don't play with my illness at all. I don't play with them inhalers. I don't play with none of that stuff. Yeah, I get mad when they try to bring them back up to $100 and they were paying. I've been paying $50 for 5 years. Hey, Miss Grace. But I have taught Tia that. So she knows what to listen for. So if I get in trouble and I can't breathe, do you think Tia finna go to Subway and get me a sub sandwich to eat? Now I'm going to sit right here till y'all answer that question. If I'm in that type of position, do y'all think Tia going to go to the Subway and get me something to eat and I'm back here, can't even breathe? Thank you, Greg. First person, no. Yes, it can. So you be careful with that's and they say that's a part of it too, Miss Joanne. Miss Yvette said, hell no. So if people want to know why I have an issue, that's why I got an issue with 52 minutes. Now I'm going to say something else to you. And I didn't come to stay long. I just came to clear something up. But I always told y'all I'm going to clear it up over here. Okay. Doc, what is your problem with 52 minutes? My problem is 52 minutes is that Tia knew that I wasn't breathing. Tia knew that I was in trouble. Why would Tia be saying, I'm going to go get you something to eat and you're going to feel better? And when Tia comes back, I'm not breathing at all. Now wait for it. Wait for it. What if I told you it was Christmas night and it was 8 o'clock and everything was closed in time? How in the hell is Tia going to go get me a sub sandwich? I'm going to wait for that. And no disrespect, Miss Joanne, y'all. 52 minutes, Greg. Don't ever forget 52 minutes. But did you hear what I said? Say it's Christmas night. 8 o'clock. Everything closed at 6. I'm here. Can't breathe, just gasping for air. And Tia said, I'm going to go get you a Subway, Doc. And it's 8 o'clock and everything closed and it's Christmas night. Come on, y'all. Come on now. Come on now. Now, I'm going to say this and I'm going to get off. But it's sure going to get a 10 of y'all and whoever looking at it. Something to think about, okay? So y'all listen. Because I'm going to say it and I'm going to get off, okay? All right. Just for the sake of telling this story, hey, Miss Mike Carter, I'm going to use myself for an example. Last year, on Thanksgiving morning, around 10 minutes to 7, Tia comes in the room and said, Doc, Doc ain't saying nothing. Tia goes to the bathroom. Tia get a cold cloth and she puts it on my face. I throw it on the floor. It appears to Tia that I'm going on back off to sleep. So Tia says, wake up, Doc. Wake up. You got to get up. And then she'll say, well, you know, you acting strange, but I'm going to go get you some breakfast and I'll be back, Doc. Okay? Okay. Now, y'all tell me, and I'll tell y'all, what be open on Thanksgiving morning in a small town where you can get breakfast? One thing the doc ain't is crazy. The second thing the doc is very smart. So, nothing was open. So how in the heck Tia Bunny got me breakfast and ain't nobody never seen the breakfast? And Tia gonna call 911 52 minutes later and they don't even take me in the local hospital. I go straight to the helicopter and airlift it somewhere else. Did y'all get it? Did y'all get it? Huh? Exactly. I ran that over to Tia. And when I told Tia that, she said, Doc, do that sound right to you? And I said, Tia, hell no. I just got to try to get through this and see how the outcome comes. But let me tell y'all something. I am a thinker is the first thing. I don't do anything by emotions. Remember now, this happened on the 25th. Today is March 5th. I've had all this time to collect everything, and I don't collected it. Now, it's a difference in unaliving somebody and not rendering help, and help wasn't rendered. To 52 minutes later. Still gonna not waste no. Let me tell y'all, we never told y'all this before, but I had such a large class, and Tia worked for me. We got the books. The maintenance people had the books with them. We were in my truck. It was some type of hole. I tripped and fell in the hole, and blood was going everywhere. When I tell you, and this is a class of about 45, 47 people, Tia told them to get out of the way, ran in the bathroom, got all kind of paper towels and stuff, putting pressure, trying to stop the bleeding. Tia went in there, got that class under control. I called HR. I could not wait. Blood was everywhere. I drove myself to the emergency room. 10 minutes later, Tia was there. And I busted my whole knee open. And from the time it happened to the time I got to that emergency room was 7 minutes. Because I text my doctor. He said, go straight to emergency room. He said, I have an ambulance to come. He didn't have to get no ambulance. I was already going. I was already there. And Tia wrapped it till no blood got anywhere. And that was just, and just imagine 40 some other students standing around. Oh my God. And Tia was very young then. And she sprung into action. Am I lying?
No.
All this is true. It's on video. Tia did not lose 1 minute. Not one.
It was blood everywhere.
It was everywhere. Then they tried to tell a lie that Tia didn't take this prescription to the pharmacy. Tia came right back up there. And one thing about it, I thank God. I always keep my cognitive. I said, pull them cameras. Because if she said she brought it, she brought it. That's how much faith I had in her. She brought that prescription here. I'm not worrying about that. And I ain't leaving without it. Because they stitched me inside the eye and then had to glue it. I had to go every day for that wound. But he said it would have been worse if it weren't for her. You lay beside your husband every night. You lay beside your wife every night. You know better than anybody is something wrong with them. I don't care what nobody say. I don't care how people try to play it. Or they just grieving this, grieving that. That's BS. That's BS. Now it's time for you. It's time now. The grieving is still going to be there. But now it's time to tell everybody, to make it come to everybody's memories. Because you know what? No one remembered none of this conversation until I brought it back up. I brought it back up. Me. And I know my mother really don't want to deal with it because of the response. Can you tell that? Mm-hmm. It's the response. And I know you probably saying, Doc, don't make her. She gonna have to deal with this. Oh yeah. She got to deal with it. You know why she got to deal with it? Because she got to know who she dealing with. Come on now. Come on, Miss Yates and Greg. And Miss Joanne and Miss Ivette. Miss Charlene, y'all know I ain't wrong. I got to make her see who she dealing with. I have no choice. Because she don't know. I have to make sure. I'm away. Mm-hmm. I'm away. Because some people will ask, oh, just go ahead and forget it. And don't let your mama think about it. That means I feel my mother. Oh, she gonna think about it. And I haven't accused anybody of anything. What I said, 52 minutes, no help wasn't rendered. That's right. Yep. And I'm going to let everybody know who people dealing with. Come through, Miss Joanne. Come through. And so people say, you really aren't scared, are you, Doc? Scared of who? Who? Please. Scared is the last thing I am. Because let me tell y'all, secretly, they think the doc will go away if they don't say nothing. No, I don't work like that. I get louder then. Because I want to know what happened in them 52 minutes. Because if it's Thanksgiving morning, ain't nothing open. Ain't no food places open. You ain't gonna play in my face. Ain't nobody gonna play in my face. Oh no, that's the first thing folks say. Forget it and let it go. That's all they know what to say. And Miss Monica, I can't do it. I can't do it. I can't. When you lay beside your wife or husband, they made some kind of noise during. Didn't I tell you that, Tia?
Mm-hmm.
See, y'all right there with me. Y'all really are. People just want to say, that's going to really hurt your mother more. My response is, shut up. I got my mama. You just shut up. Because you ain't going to stop me from talking. And my mama asked me not to lie to her about nothing. Now, I know sometimes she hates, she said, ask me that. Because I tell her everything. Don't I tell her? Everything. The good, the bad, and the ugly. Even if it's about her and her children, I tell her. And she said, baby, I said, mama. You made me promise you that 10 years ago. I would keep those secrets. I would keep those secrets about my health and anything that I felt in my heart that I felt like you needed to know, I would tell you. She made me promise that 10 years ago. And now I think she hated. Because I remind her. Don't I tell? Mm-hmm. But mama, you said, don't lie to you, tell you the truth. You the mama. It is. See, people don't realize, but it is. Too much is being covered up. Get to the bottom of it, Lisa. You need, Miss Joanne, let me tell you one thing, baby. I told Tia, I'm going to get to the bottom of it. Or I'm going to die trying. Oh, yeah. Yes. Yes. And I was talking to Tia. I said, you know what, Tia? I said, I don't have to do anything but call and say, hi. This is Dr. Lisa Noen, psychology professor. I would like to do a news conference on a case that happened to a young, beautiful, vibrant, well-shaped young lady back in November of last year. She perished, and no one seems to know why. I'll be doing the news conference at 555. Whatever. This is my contact number. I'll see y'all at 10 in the morning. Honey, that's all I got to do. And then hang up and call the other one and tell that one coming. Mm-hmm. I told Tia I have mowed around my yard. Because first of all, I stand high in my community. That's first thing. Second thing, I don't speak unless I know what I'm talking about. And you ain't got to do nothing, just throw a little in the windows. That's that psychology woman, ain't it? Ain't that psychologist? We've been seeing her everywhere, speaking. A guy saw me the other night. He said, you kin to I said, I don't know them. He said, my God, you look familiar. I wanted to say I was just on the TV, that was. But anywho, that's all I can say to be, not say from this situation, but just me. You know what? I told you that. I'm telling you, this woke me up. And thank you, Miss Mike Carter. Thank Miss Mike Carter came through. You ain't even looking. Thank you, Miss Mike Carter. I'm sorry, y'all. My whole mind had got engulfed in that. Mm-hmm. But I told you. I said, baby, we gonna find out exactly what happened to my sister. We gonna find out what happened to your daddy. We gonna find those things out. If that's the last thing we do, we're gonna do it.
If that kind would I go to the subway to get you something to eat? I don't even know what you want to eat. I would have to ask you.
Whoa, wait. I thought I was about to end it. Tia just said, how could she have left to go get me a Subway on Christmas night? And I have not even said what I want to eat. How would I even know she would go to Subway? We don't even go to Subway.
I wouldn't know what you wanted to eat. Go Subway.
For breakfast, we usually eat toasted bagels with cream cheese and orange juice out of the kitchen. I ain't gonna tell y'all that little cliffhanger until Tia said what she said. Miss Abed said, come through, Tia. Because it doesn't make sense. None of it. That's why I'm a question it. Y'all, I'm a question it. No matter who don't like it. No matter who don't like it. People still coming up to us crying, saying, I'm so sorry. We can't believe it. And I told one lady, she said, I can't believe it, baby. And I can imagine how it's killing you on the inside. I said, knowing I'm going to get to the bottom of it is the only thing I'm looking at. See, everybody said, long as baby sad, baby crying, ain't nobody going to say nothing. It has been my whole entire life. If I want something to come out, they not gonna bring it out. My sisters, they're not gonna do that. It has always have to be me. They're not gonna bring it out. But I will. I will. My father told me, and my auntie Betty has always told me, you're equipped for this stuff. You're equipped for it. Short story, and I gotta get out of here, y'all, because I gotta suck on a lemon or something. Thank you again, Miss My Carter. Thank all y'all. Let me tell y'all, I was headed to work one morning, and I'm never late for work. As far as if I got a class, I don't keep a class waiting unless if something happens, and we know how to schedule them. So if I get sick, it's nothing on. Yes, yeah. And so I was leaving my house. I saw the police. I saw the car. Did my usual routine and everything. We get up on a hill. There's a traffic signal. He said, I ran the traffic signal. Now, I see him behind me. Why would I run the traffic signal? I wouldn't run it. Okay? He turned on his blues. I turned in, and I started recording. And he didn't know. My mom was on the phone. She was in my ear. And she said, he finna stop you. I said, yeah, because I said, Mama, he finna stop me. Y'all know I love everybody. Y'all know that. But he happened to be a Caucasian one. African-American one pulled up. He came to my window and said, ma'am, do you know why I stopped you? And I looked at him and said, I don't know. Why? He said, you ran that traffic light. I said, I did not run the traffic signal. And why would I have ran it and I saw you? And if I ran the traffic signal, the other car did too coming across, which was a white truck. I said, if I ran it, let me see it on the dash cam. I'm sorry, ma'am, my dash cam is not working. Okay. All right. I said, I didn't run it. I said, who's the supervisor on the road? He gave me a name, but that wasn't the supervisor. This was the major. See, what he did not know is that my ex had worked up there, and I knew all of them. See, that's what he did not know. So I said, that's fine. I got to go. He said, well, let me go write the ticket. I said, I'll wait till you bring the citation. Now, I can't help because I used the proper language. It wasn't a traffic light. It's a traffic signal. It's not a ticket. It's a citation. And I wasn't smart about it at all. I promise you. And so he came back. He gave me the ticket or whatever. He told me to call the number. I said, no, I'll be talking to your field supervisor. And you gave me the major name. That's not the supervisor out here. As soon as my classes are over, I'll be up. I went to the police department. And not the major he called, but the other major came out. He said, hey, Doc, how you doing? I said, I'm doing good. How are you, Major? He said, come on back. He said, what happened? And I told him. I said, I don't know if it was a lawful stop. I said, I never said anything to your officer, but as soon as he approached my truck, he turned his camera, which was stupid on his part. Those cameras are to protect them. Diamond. But anyway, don't let me get into that. And so I told them what happened. The lady who I knew was the supervisor, she comes, she walks in. Hey, Doc, how you doing? I said, I'm doing good. And I explained to her, I said, I'm not trying to get out of anything, but nobody is going to, you know, rough me around and treat me like I'm second class to them. No one. So they called him. He came and everything. And he said, I said, he did not have a dash cam on. He said it wasn't working. He kept turning off his camera. And I want to know how much this is and what's the court date, because I would definitely fight this. So the major walked me up there and he said, it's good to see you, Doc. I said, it's good to see you. And I said, no, 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 no. Y'all say it was a lawful stop. I have no problems. If I'm wrong, I say I'm wrong. So, of course, I started hearing stuff about the man. So one night, he approached my truck. Not for me. But my cousin, a lady, she was in there. And I told him, step back from my truck. Step back. I haven't done anything. Now, if you want somebody out of the truck, you need to go through your sergeant who's over there talking to him. But you got to step back. Some lawyers was going in the store. They came right back out when they saw me and asked me, did I need some help? I said, no, I don't need any help. Y'all don't get in no trouble. So that ex-husband of mine that I told y'all I can't stand, not the first one, not the lawman, but the second one, he threw me that money like, girl, go on, pay that and don't worry about it. I took that money. Oh, yes. And this was the day they were burying my Auntie Betty. So you can imagine the emotions and everything going inside of me. Had I already went down there and told him I need to be the first one. People knew how I felt about my Auntie Betty. He didn't believe in me, and I told him he wasn't invited. I guess he started to get some sense. I better get down to that courthouse. But my cousin was walking in the door as I was walking in, like my brother. He said, whatever happens, I got the money. And I looked up at him. He said, you ain't got to look at me because I know damn well we going to win it. We walked in that courtroom. That man had gave 29 citations. And nobody showed up. He was actually high-fiving them folk over there. Child, when they called Dr. Lisa, honey, I stepped up there with that tailor-made suit on, that blue suit and them heels. They were about 5 inches. Now, y'all know, soon as the dog walked out that courtroom, them flat ones came on. But right then, you got to act like it. Honey, and I had that Brighton, not Brahman, Brighton briefcase. Honey, and I put my stuff out there, and I said to myself, come on, God, let us roll with it. Everything he said, I got him. I don't have a white pickup truck. I have a silver. I've had a red and a black 4Runner. I don't drive none of them. That's the first thing he got wrong. You never can make them look like a fool, Miss Matt Carter, because they don't want to make them look like a fool. But the judge said, you saying one thing, and he said, and Miss, and I looked at him, because I'm calling you, Your Honor, give me my props too. Give me my doc. And Dr. Lisa says, I got it. Then I said, oh yeah, Judge, you're doing a good job this morning. Because this ain't but an opponent court to me anyway. That's what I'm saying to myself. And so I said, we can sum all this up, Judge. He said, how do you think we could do that, Doc? I said, the only thing you need to do is ask to look at his dash cam. And if I ran the traffic signal, it'll show you. He said, young lady, you on it this morning. He said, where is the footage for that dash cam? He started scrambling. Of course, I'm standing there. He said, can you not find it, officer? And I said, he said, yes, doc. I said, it was tore up, he told me. I said, I have proof of that. But I'll only show it for evidence if I need it. And he said, I believe something was wrong with it. I said to myself, I almost started jumping up. I said, God, I thank you because I got this thing in a wrap now. I said, but Your Honor, let's be fair to the officer. If he did not have a dash cam that was working, he would definitely make sure that body cam is on at all times, because we as taxpayers pay a lot of money for that. He said, girl, you own it this morning. And he looked back at the officer. He said, now tell me the body cam went on. And I'm standing looking at him not like this, the officer. He said, well, no, I did not have it on. He said, well, you're saying that Dr. Lisa did this. And Dr. Lisa saying she ain't never drove no white pickup truck. And it clearly say white pickup truck. And she's never owned anything but Hondas and 4Runners. He said, I just hate to take you, from your profession. I know you're a busy woman and everything, but we'll send you a letter in the mail and let you know, when the next court date, because I just don't understand. It's not making any sense. I said, Your Honor, take your time and go through all the evidence. I got to go. Somebody in my life is going home today, and I don't need to spend any more time down here. When I walked out, both of them majors did a thumbs up. I received the letter in the mail a week later and said, I'm sorry for your time. All charges has been dropped. Okay. I don't know what the prejudice the young man had against me. People say I felt like he was just prejudiced against women, black women of color. But they said, no, his girlfriend is black. I said, okay, and they also say she on drugs, so he might want all of us to be on them. Again, all that's hearsay, and I don't really care about that. But I didn't pay that ticket. When I was on my way out of that courthouse, I almost called his name, and I sure don't want to call his name. That second husband was walking in the door. Me and my cousin were walking out. He said, man, you ain't have to pay the money. I already had gave it to her. And I looked at him, Miss Monica. And y'all excuse me because Miss Monica knows she don't care if I say it. I said, I never asked you for one damn dime. And I'm going to keep this shit and shop with it. Because you had no faith in me. And I told him, that's your second strike. That's second strike. He said, you keep saying this like strike 3, I'm out. I said, one more strike, you're going to be separated from me and divorced. When that third strike came, I told him, this is your third strike. And I ain't looked back. What you going to throw me some money for? And I ain't guilty. Again, I think before I do anything. And that's why I came over here, like we said last night, and I told you, it's 52 minutes missing. And ain't no breakfast been produced. And it was Thanksgiving morning and nothing was open. And usually breakfast, we want to get it right now. We want to get it right. Go in there and get them bagels. Tia, go in there and get them bagels. Yeah, go in there and get them. Get the cream cheese too. Yeah, y'all just, if y'all can give me 2 more minutes, I'm getting out of here. I'm getting out of here. That's Miss Monica. I spend every dime. But you hear me? I don't forgot that they said 154, 164. Let me show y'all something. Now, y'all saw this from the dog. you put one of these. But if they're too lean, you need two. Then you put two. And then you toast them. And then you get this and you spread it on it. And put it on a tray. And usually have a cup like this with some orange juice. And that's breakfast. Why was you had to go out and get breakfast and everything was closed? Why did the menu change that morning? Why the menu didn't stay the same? Y'all, this is your girl. Seeing it all knowing on YouTube and the knowing on Facebook. When I got on here, I couldn't hardly talk. Every time I talk to y'all, God filled me up a little bit more to be okay. And I wouldn't feel it as bad as I did when I started that Facebook. I just want y'all to know your girl ain't crazy and it's more to come. So stay tuned. Y'all have a good night. I love you. God loves you. And thank you so much for your support. As thank you, Miss Mike Carter.